What is up, everyone? We are back here again with another podcast presented to you by the JEDS Media Committee. And as you can see, we have our beautiful graduates over here. I'll just give them the floor to quickly introduce themselves before we move on.
Hi everyone, my name is Maria Kativa and I'm a recent electrical engineering graduate.
Hello everyone, I'm Emmanuel Ilonga and I'm a recent electrical engineering graduate as well.
So now that they've introduced themselves, I am Luna Andenge and I'll be your host. And I'll just give the floor to my co-host to introduce herself.
Hello everyone, my name is Yadi and welcome to the podcast today.
So you know the JEDS Media Committee never disappoints, right? So we brought to you our beautiful graduates so that they could just tell us the journey, because we know it is not easy. They can just come to discuss with us all the things that have happened that has led to the day of their graduation. So we want to start with the story of origin. What made you choose engineering, especially electrical? Because we know it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So what brought you to the point where you're like, yeah, no, I'm going to study engineering?
For me, I grew up in a village with no electricity until to this day. So with that energy poverty actually fueled my passion to do electrical engineering. I always wanted to be a solution, and we are made to believe that engineers are actually problem solvers. So I wanted to be a solution for my community. How was I going to be that solution? At least if I understood how electricity works, how the system works, and how I can contribute to that solution. So that overall, that background is the one that fueled my passion for electrical engineering. And I can say until this day, I've really done so much because of choosing the career that I chose.
That's very beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, as for me, actually I never wanted to do engineering. Yeah, I wanted to become a pharmacist. Oh, yeah. And then I was admitted into education, but I believe I was not in a bad way, but I was still good for education. Yeah, so I opted for pre-engineering and then finally got admitted here. But with time, I got to love the course. Yeah, so that's how I ended up here.
Okay.
But it was never my passion, but right now, found me, I guess. Yeah.
So do you guys remember your first day on campus? Since you said you did pre-engineering on main campus, can you relate the two first days? Which one was more exciting? How did you feel? Were you a little bit nervous? How was it?
Okay, the one at main campus, my first day was definitely scary. When I went there, I did not know anybody. I didn't know the campus is so big. And also, I don't know if everybody have the people at main campus are so unfriendly. And somebody actually then shouted at me for asking on how to do online registration myself. I was told, no, this is not high school. You do things yourself. So when I came to this campus, I had that fear, also thinking maybe people here are also not they're also unapproachable, they are not friendly. But then coming here at this campus, people were actually very good. We even had orientation, people showing us around. This is it was just actually very nice, and I was so grateful to know that at least I belong to a home. I'm not doing this alone. I don't have to be scared of anybody. So it was actually better here. The experience was really relaxing at this campus. It felt really home.
Okay, Ibs, what would you say?
My first 2 days at the main campus were as well bad, horrible. I would learn to want anyone to experience what I experienced there. Because at main campus, they have a system of whether you have to come up with your own timetable. They drop a common timetable with all the modules of your courses, and everyone has to come up with their timetable and you have to choose a slot. And I remember when I hit my timetable, I think I chose a slot with no lecture. So for the first 2 days or 3 days on campus, we're just there. No lecture, nothing. And I still remember my second day when, after orientation, it was then class has to start, right? My class starts at 7:30, and I went there around 7 o'clock. I was just there looking for the venue. I didn't attend my first lesson because I didn't know where to start, and I was.
In orientation, you guys weren't shown around.
Yeah, we started late, and I didn't even attend orientation because I was very busy setting up the timetable.
Yeah.
You know, we're very serious. You're coming straight from high school
Yeah,
and you cannot afford to mess up. You are that
The
student.
feeling.
At what cost? Because I don't remember passing any test out of 7. Yeah, before we went for recess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then my first day, I didn't attend my first lesson because I was there searching for the venue. Maybe it's very big. I was searching for the venue. And until I saw people they started moving probably to the next lesson. I followed a different
But don't they like
wrong
assign
course.
this side is for this course, this side for this course? Is it not separate?
You know,
Everything
at
is
main
together.
campus, if it's basic mathematics, all the courses are just basic mathematics are attending that lesson.
Oh.
So you'll be there. If you come late, you'll be there standing. Nobody cares about you. It's totally different from what we get on this campus. There, nobody cares about you. They don't care if you're attending or not.
Yeah.
Literally, the lecturers will text you after you're not in class. Or they say in corridor, you're not in class. What was wrong? But there,
Yeah, on your own.
Man from South.
yeah, man, okay,
Yeah.
class, yeah,
So this is actually Haven. This was Haven for you.
basically.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yes, this is a
Just
very nice
because as
campus.
well, I knew people from here, so
Yeah.
it wasn't very much. And these guys were very, very friendly to us.
Yeah.
So they'll actually already tell you that, this and this and this should be done, here and here should do this. So that main campus, every day you attend the tutorial class. After the test, you write something, you get zeros.
I never actually passed the test at main campus.
Same.
Oh, wow.
No, but I passed. I think I passed basic
Only
mathematics.
physics I passed.
And from there, yeah.
I know we
The labs, you don't submit labs. If you do a late submission, you'll find your paper, your submission lying there on the floor. People stepping on it, they don't care.
I know,
Oh,
then you are
wow.
literally on your own.
That is a jungle, basically.
It's a
Yeah.
jungle. Yeah.
That is what you
So
call
it was
survival of
the
the fittest.
fittest. So
And here we're just being pampered.
You guys are
basically,
lucky shit,
yeah.
like,
Yeah. So we'll say okay, you said that this was Haven for you, but I know that engineering is not an easy course at all. I know there's this one module that you are thinking of. I know you guys did 5 years. So in that 5 years, what was that one module that really stood out to you that really told you, no, you are doing engineering?
For me, it was second analysis one. That
Okay.
is the only module that made me cry. I even failed my exam. Like, I remember my first test, I did not pass it. I thought this is just the beginning. We figured out. Test 2 came, still failed. I was like, okay, the CAs are bad, but maybe exam will save us. We went to exam, failed miserably. The marks came out. I was not really surprised, but I knew I failed. So that was the module that really, even looking back, that module made my life so hard. But it's not, okay, I will not really blame the lecturer or myself. It's just the module itself.
Yeah.
The concept is just so hard to grasp. It's the fact that the time we have, there is this programming here and there's labs, there's what. It was just really hard.
So was that also the same for you?
Basically, yeah. But I also had one at main campus, pre-calculus, even though it was online.
Yeah. And online modules are the ones we're supposed to get distinctions, by the way.
Even though it was online, best believe me, we'll write it in groups of 8, 12, but still fail. Yeah, so it's those things of, I don't know if it was basically meant for us or they were just trying to prove a point. Because it was not easy, pre-calculus.
And that was like for the entire class, not just you guys. Right?
I think people that had pre-inch had pre-calculus and also math and science students. But for me though, I was lucky. There was this guy that stayed in my street. He was doing his master's in mathematics. So pre-calculus was like piece of cake for him. So, but then sometimes you make me feel stupid, like it's an easy thing.
Yeah.
But at least in the end, it's helping you.
Yeah,
So when
yeah.
assignment you are struggling, you'll be like, no, this is how it's done. So it was okay. It was bad, but with the online writing, it wasn't so bad. But I swear, if it was to be done face to face, I would have failed.
And I feel like it's one of the major reasons why people at main campus, they mostly don't come here.
So true.
Yeah, because if you fail something that is not offered on this campus, there's no way you're going to be here.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, pre-calculus there was really a challenge, and those were the stories in the corridors. You're doing what? Pre-calculus. Yeah, and then you'll be there. You are first. Imagine you are first. school.
Yeah.
And then you'll be there with you guys. And knowing that you didn't pass every test, no quizzes that you have managed. So, yeah. But then, what can you say?
God's
Corona thing.
But COVID, yeah, let's just talk about the COVID. How did you guys manage that? Were you guys attending classes? Was it online? Was everything online? Exams were the online as well?
Yeah, it was.
Exam was not fully online.
Yeah, but no, for the first semester, exam was fully online.
Oh, yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't go on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but second semester, I think we wrote some modules.
Physics was face to face.
Yeah, physics.
I think there were two. I think was it also math? Was math online? But I
Math was
remember-
online. Basic
oh.
math, we just assessed according to CAs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we
But-
wrote physics, say online.
Chemistry was going to be
face to face.
but they later changed it to online.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I know that we didn't have pre-calculus. Would you say pre-calculus and Math 1, is it the same thing or is it different?
Math one is
Easier.
Math
Oh,
1 is
harder.
basic revision. Eh?
piece of cake, I would say.
To bring
Yeah,
it
because
back.
Math 1 is easy and
Just making this pre-calculus, then calculus 1, calculus 2.
Oh,
So,
makes sense. That's
yeah.
pre, just like pre-engineering.
Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So can you guys like describe the time when you really wanted to quit? Like if you had this feeling that no, this is not for me, or you were not feeling the course, or even
Was there
if
ever a
the
time like that? So like, maybe I should have studied something else.
Basically, I would say my research. It was that point, my final year, I just wanted to say, yo, IMS, I'm doing this next year. Not necessarily quitting the whole course, but just doing this next year.
Okay.
So then, I'm glad that I had a very supportive supervisor.
Yeah.
That was very supportive. We sat down, we talked about it. I even went on the trip with them. She was like, IMS, don't worry, enjoy first, then we'll get back to school. And there was only 1 week for this.
No, it was just a week.
A week
Or less
before,
than a week.
yeah, less than a week before presentation. Final presentations for that matter. And then we sat down with her. Then eventually I put it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so happy. I cannot say I was happy because just imagine I was on the verge of just giving up on the last minute. Yeah. So basically that was the only time I felt like I'm not doing this anymore. Perhaps next year. But other than that,
It was smooth.
it was not really, it's not a smooth transition, but
it
it was just there. It was
Yeah.
just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So,
had to find a way
Since
to.
we're talking about a support system, I know this is very important, especially for engineering, such a difficult course. What would you say was, or what would you guys say was your biggest support system? Did you guys get any encouragement like from your family? Was it friends? Was it lecturers? And which lecturer really stood out to you also during this years that you were here?
Okay, for me, okay, speaking of, going back to your question where there was a time I almost gave up. It was last year during my design project. First of all, the components I ordered, they never came, all of them. And those were the main key components. So as I was thinking, okay, if my main components are not here, what else am I going to design? By then, I had like Dr. Debisi, I don't know if you guys know him, but that man always believed in my topic. I was like, do with whatever you have.
Yeah.
They will tell you improvise.
Yeah.
Now improvise with what?
With what
Not the main
exactly?
component.
Yeah.
Yes, but luckily I pushed. I managed to get components. Not all the components, but at least the key components. I had to borrow a stepper motor from the mechanical department, and I had to get some like wires. Now some of the things like the motors I had to get from the previous project. So at least I pulled that. I got my components. Everything is working. The code is running. And then when the time of testing came, I think it was like maybe 3-4 days to final presentation before it was postponed.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, my PC crashed.
I know.
And then, okay, the one thing I regret the most was not backing up my things. The only thing I backed up was my report. The codes, all the documents, everything, I lost it. And thinking there's only 4 days to find
So you
out.
had to start over.
Everything, I had to start over the
Aye.
codes. Everything, I panicked like, I'm like, no, God, we are not doing this. We are not doing this. Sometimes I'll go home and ask God, like, okay, so God, this is it.
Yeah.
We came all the way just for the things to crash, for my PC not. And it crashed in a funny way because I just plugged it on charger and then hoping, okay, I'm taking my power nap, waking up, hoping my PC will work. The PC is not going on. and there's only 4 days. So that time I really had supportive friends
Yeah.
and also a very supportive sister. She was like, you know what? I'll send you my PC. And imagine she was in window that time. And it will take a full day for the PC to arrive here. And there's only few days. I panicked, but I also had a friend, her name is Steffi. Like, she had a PC. She was like, you know what? While I'm going to do shopping, you can use my PC, do whatever you can figure out your codes, whatever. So she gave me for the whole day. Imagine she was also behind. She had her things to do, but instead of doing her things, she thought of me to give me her PC to do my coding. And then I went to go talk to Dr. Lebisi. Also, Dr. Lebisi was so supportive. Like, Maria, you got this. You started this, you have to finish.
Yeah.
Imagine if you had to quit now, then what?
All of that work for what now?
Yeah, and I also had very supportive friends that would take me out for walks when I needed it. They would buy me food when I was really hungry. So I really appreciate the support I got. It was really crucial. Like, I really needed it the most, and it came really handy. So it's so important to have the people, like, be mindful of who you hang around with. Yeah, like, have the real people, because genuine people, people that will think of you, instead of
Was it
thinking of
easy for you
themselves.
to find those people? Or was it natural?
I believe that God always put things, like, God always align things together.
Yeah.
I also believe you don't have to work so hard for things. Let it flow. Let it it just worked naturally. I didn't have to force friendships. I didn't, like, God just put those people at the right time, and also He put me in their lives so it was not a forced relationship or anything. So yeah.
And Ims, how about you? The day that you felt like giving up everything, who was that? Who were those people that really held your back?
I would again say my supervisor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Esther. It was very helpful. Yeah. And then I'll remember words by Dr. Mutefe. Yeah, Dr. Mutefe. I'll always pass by his office. Something I've realized that if you're in this campus, be friendly to the staff members. They always come in, and yes, so I always pass by Dr. Mutefe's office, and then we chat here and there. Then he'll always tell me, Ims, do what is right. Something about you, what is going to take you far is a confidence. Yeah, that's it. So, and yes, of course, my friends, the Katiba, them, Ndapewa, Supati, Sophia, you mentioned just a few. Yeah, those are the people that I would really say they really helped. Yeah, and just believe me, in this campus, you're not coding in every module. You just have that part wherever you lack. And then, since you lack in that part,
Another one is
you will
strong.
need that person to fill that part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was like your glow up moment, like the moment where you had your first win as an engineering student, maybe an A in a project, or maybe you got an internship you're really working hard for? Yeah.
Because I know internship is a battle sometimes.
Yeah, I would say maybe to Nampa, looking for Nampa. But yeah, yeah.
When was that? What year was it? Third year or fourth year?
Third year after my exams. After my exams. And I remember before I left, I wrote second one.
Oh.
Yeah, it was that year. So it was in my third year, second year. No, second year. Because my third year I did a talk of money. Yeah, so it was my second year. Then after my exam, I went to Dr. Esther. I told the doctor that exam was very bad because she was the one that was offering the module back then. Then she told me, Mims, don't worry. Enjoy your holiday. Then I went to Nampower. A few days after our results came, second opportunity list was dropped. I sent them.
Just, I know.
Yeah, it was a very
those
stressful
can be so
module. Yeah. Regardless of the marks I got,
Yeah, you
I
made
just don't have
it.
the module anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, I cleared the module. Yeah, because it was a matter of clearing it or repeating the year again. Yeah.
We don't want
And
to
before
repeat the
I wrote that module, second one. No, actually, yes, before I wrote that module, I wrote my second year module. Because I always, since my second year, I always have the current year module that I'm doing, and then the module I'm repeating. throughout first semester, second semester, first semester. Yeah, so that's how it was.
For like those remaining years, you just
The remaining years, I read consecutive days. I read at 12 o'clock, I read at 8 o'clock. So after my 12 o'clock module, I remember in that module, it was actually circuit analysis one, was offered by Dr. Esther, and power system. The power system transmission, yeah, it was also offered by Dr. Esther. Yeah, so I had to write the modules to consecutive days. So I wrote at 12 o'clock, then I told myself, you know what, miss? Just after 12 o'clock, I went around 1 o'clock home. Then I was like, let me just take a nap. Then I slept. I woke up around 9 o'clock and I was writing the film at 8 o'clock. Then you know what?
all nighter.
No.
Right?
I woke up, I took a shower, then I sat in front of my PC. I gambled, I just decided I'm just going to do question papers, that's it. Not going through any note. I know Dr. Esther to probably
Repeat some questions,
some questions or similar. Yeah, luck was on my side.
So it's nice.
Consider myself as a true definition of luck.
Exactly, the kind of grace
Since I
you carry.
studied, steaming.
The kind of grace you carry, it's not our mates like that. And how about you, Kativa? What was the big moment, like the one that was like, wow, this really stands out in these years?
No, the big moment was, for me, was, okay, my components not coming, my PC crashing, and then final day came, I was able to present my things, like, my things were just working. Other people were being roasted or being cooked.
Yeah.
But when it came to my demonstration, I demonstrated. I was able to defend my topic. I, like, after all that, and also mind you, the night before presentation, one of my stepper motor driver, like, it bent, completely bent. And I did not know what the problem was.
Yeah.
So I had to dismantle, because I was designing an automatic seat sewing machine. I had to dismantle like the whole thing and then test my components one by one
Yeah.
to figure out where the problem was. So the whole night I did not sleep. I was in the workshop. That's why to this day when I pass by and check that workshop, I feel so angry. I was traumatized in that place. I remember three consecutive days I was sleeping in that workshop, trying to figure out my things. My code must work. And what's funny, even my code, I had to save it must work, capital.
Must work, like seriously.
Must work,
Now.
capital must work. So after all the sleepless nights, I was able to present my things and like the comments were really good. And also they released a final mark of the people that were not able to make it because they were given another opportunity. That list was there and my name was not on
Yeah,
the
your name
list.
wasn't there because everything is working out.
I knew like this, I am done because I was the only stress.
Mashallah, you know, man, because you imagine you had to restart and in 3 days you completed
I
everything.
completed, the thing is working. I did not sleep those 3 days. I looked like a crazy person. I did not like the plan was just the thing must work.
Yeah.
So when my thing worked and I managed to to pass the presentation, the report alone was not really that hard. So that was really the moment for me. Like I even went home, like I could not believe it was a big thing for me because I lost my PC. I was like, at least I know I made it. Like so that was really the moment I'll never forget. Like throughout my career, that one really stood out for me.
That's definitely a story to tell because it's impressive actually that you pulled it off. Like in 3 days, you guys are usually given how long for your design
We were
project?
given enough time, but it's just that the whole year.
The entire
the only
year.
problem was the PC crashed at the wrong time. It's like it crashed during the period of testing and all that. And also like one thing that also kept me going was my friend Steffi.
Steffi, you are the one
what?
champ. You are the one.
You know what? You started this, no one forces you to come do engineering. You have to finish.
Yeah.
Every time I'll try to self-sabotage myself with full week, I'm a last born, that.
Just you need that comfort.
We are doing this. I remember that time I sneezed and went off to go sleep. She went to wake me up. We are going. I'm like, I'm so grateful. And that moment really stood out for me more than anything.
Yeah. And
More than
also
all the
know-
awards and what.
Exactly. And also know Prof. Johnson always said the way you end is better than the way you start.
Finishing is
Finishing.
Nobody cares about your starting point.
Exactly.
What have you done?
What have you done?
Yeah, they don't care. But at least I'm grateful I didn't have to go through what they went through.
Your things were just
Design was fine for you. Only research.
Only research. Because research was a problem. Because design, I mean, a prototype. I didn't come up with something physical, just a model. Yeah, and it was as well giving me problems because I wasn't making my concept. I had 3 concepts and none of them was made. So basically, I remember there was a meme circulating. I don't know if it's a meme or it was just something that we could relate to. It's either a week or a whole year again.
Oh, yes. That one was
So,
motivating.
And that week was now the presentation week or what?
That was the final presentation.
Final presentation. And then I thought to myself, it was either a week or 1 year. And mind you, by then, I came from Dr. Esther's office and she was not happy with the progress. Then you know what? I'm traveling to Windhoek. Yeah, I had a friend in Windhoek that was very good in what I was doing. So we sat down, he explained to me my code and all that and all that. That was the day before, 2 days before presentation. It was weekend and we were supposed to present on. No, it was Tuesday.
Oh, yeah,
Tuesday. Yeah, then I came back on Monday, things were fine. And during the day, my supervisor texted me because we were given a chance for those that are done to initially present on the day that was proposed. Or if you're not done, there was a shift in the day.
The end of the
Yeah.
day.
When Dr. Esther texted me, since you're done, why don't you present tomorrow? Then I asked the doctor, are you sure? Then she said, I'm confident you can pull it off. Then I decided to present. I was there presenting. Then it was okay. And I finished presenting. We went to, my colleague presented, it was not roasted, everything was okay. Then comes me. My first question, why don't you have a model? Why don't you have a prototype? You know, Dr. Mutete told me that the only thing I can take me was some confidence. I had to look up a lie while, because I knew already they would ask me that. While the lecturer, I was not mentioning the name, while they were preparing that question, it's already putting up something. Yeah.
You came prepared.
I came prepared. You have to come prepared.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because they say preparation has to meet expectation or something, or vice versa, something like that. Yeah, so they roasted me enough. We finished that very same day. We got our marks, I think. And actually, Dr. Esther texted me again. You did well. Because I was very worried. Because I couldn't answer most of the questions. But I just believed that as long as I met my concept, all is well. And then she texted me, you did well. Yeah, that very same day, I got my marks and I didn't expect the marks that I got. But it was very good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Now, we have talked about the journey. You know, you guys have been talking about all the stresses, the computer crashing, you having to go to Windhoek. So all of that was worth it. I know that you guys would say all of that was worth it at the end. So let's talk about the big day, graduation. It was so beautiful. I saw the video that the media committee made about graduation. Did you guys see it on TikTok as well? Wake up, Mr. West, Mr. Fresh, That was a very beautiful video. So we want to talk about the graduation day. How was it? The morning of graduation, the night before, everything, preparation, how was it? How was the planning before the big day?
Okay, should I start?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, for me, I would say the planning was okay until a point where things were not working. What I mean by things was, okay, family members that told me, no, make a budget, send your things, and then we buy your outfit and all that. They went quiet, and the days approaching. So I did not really panic. At some point, I just felt like maybe it's better to just collect my degree and not wear the gown. And also my mom that was supposed to come could not make it. So I just felt like it was going to be a very useless day. The most important person I wanted is actually I've done all these things because of my mom. She was a driving force. Now her not coming, I was like, you know what? Maybe I don't even have to go there. But I had
the paper man.
but I had friends, and the way God came through was so beautiful. He sent strangers. I would tell you, like strangers that just showed up at the right moment. I remember this other man, like I met him maybe twice during my high school, and he's the one that sent me 2,000 for my photo shoot and all that. So yes, people really just came through. Friends came through,
connecting.
Just
the
like the
puzzle
dots
was
were
finishing. Yes.
Mind you, it was graduation was very much Wednesday, right? by Monday, I did not even have my attire figured out.
Mm.
Then Susan was even asking you are not serious. Are you sure you're going to, you don't even have what? But then one thing about me, people will not really know what I'm going through unless I tell you. Yeah, so on Monday, I did not have anything. Like things were not working out. I lost hope. I just thought, you know what? I already collected my degree. That's it. And then Tuesday, things were just working perfectly. I got my photo shoot. Like the way things worked so fast and in a good way was just so beautiful. I did not expect it. Graduation came, like they came. I did not sleep that night. Like looking at my journey, looking back, all the things that I had to face to graduate. I did not sleep at all.
And not just graduate, but graduate as the best female student.
And that time I did not even know.
You didn't know, I don't. No, I would be flexing that around. Like, guys, I am the best female graduate. When you call my name, just say it actually like that, you know,
Yeah, but it was actually a big moment for me because I'm actually the first female to graduate from my community. And also I was told, like, by the statistics, I'm also the first female to graduate from the 2 Kalango regions at this campus. So it was really a big day. And a lot of emotions, a lot of that's why I almost cried on the stage. Like when they called my name to go now, you know, they see the blessings and all that. I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening. And to my surprise, because my brother came, he actually also shed some tears. He had to leave the venue to go cry about it because it was such a big thing for all of us. So I would definitely want to redo that again next year. It was beautiful.
With graduation preparations, actually started preparing somewhere in March.
Wow.
March. I had to make sure that you're not afford to mess up. No, it's a one-time thing. Because if I tell you the budget I've allocated for it, I had a budget. I had somewhere around 5K. But from 5
Mine
from
was
the
only 4.
I had 5K, but from the 5K I think I spent 4.4 somewhere there. So we started preparing very early, just to avoid blunders. So everything was going well in place. We even had to travel to a photo shoot. Windhoek was
That's for a photo shoot.
just for a photo shoot. I couldn't afford to have pictures
In here.
from the
I can even know.
I don't know.
I started there. That's why I started. So I had to travel to Windhoek to get that photo shoot. And then eventually the day I arrived, I think I slept somewhere around 12 o'clock. Then I woke up somewhere around 6 to 8:30. Actually, my brother even woke me up.
I
They
don't.
started playing Wake Up Mr. West.
That's what it was blasting. That's so much trending. Right? So much.
I even know the lyrics. It's custom procedures. Then eventually I got to stand back to you. Prospecting had to call my name. That was the moment. That was the most important thing. Got honored. Went back to my seat. Then after that, I think it's just a normal day.
Actually,
I went out with my 2 aunts. They took me out. Then they were there telling me that I should go finish my masters. I shouldn't. But colleagues, I just arrived. I just
Let's just
arrived.
taste a little bit before we go back.
Yes, I just arrived. But I'm thinking about it though. Probably in the next 2 years. I'll.
Don't reveal too soon.
True.
Exactly. But speaking of that day, after the ceremony and all that, we came back home. I did not expect my friends to organize something for me. So it was like a surprise. I come back home. The house was so quiet. I was like, it's just a normal day. I walk in the house. People have organized mics, speakers. And then that song Mr. West starts playing. I come in the sitting room, there's a whole screen of my pictures and music playing. I literally, I cried because it was so beautiful. And I'm like, wow, so this is the day.
You've actually.
Why didn't you invite us?
I also did not know.
She was just also surprised.
Exactly. I was also just living the moment. So it was just really beautiful. Like the way they organized everything. They brought champagnes. I had to pour it. overall they turned the pain into something so beautiful, something I'm grateful for to God. Like He just did it so beautifully, like in ways that I would never have expected. So it was a nice, beautiful day. The sad thing though, you wake up the next morning, it's a normal day.
For me personally, it's not gonna be a normal day. It's not gonna be a normal week.
Really?
No.
But just believe me, you guys, this winter, you're going to suffer.
I don't.
Yeah. Because,
Suffer?
yes, they're going to suffer. Grants are going to keep us warm this winter.
Okay.
They're going to suffer.
No, we will definitely.
Yeah.
We'll only start getting, proper heat when we are done now. This is just funny. Even the blankets are not helping.
Really?
No, I think we need a gown.
I can put my
Yeah.
gown
Yes.
up for grabs at a good price.
No, but
No.
it must come with a degree. And we also get your degree, maybe. Then
I know, that's why I'm my special
Yeah.
baby.
I know.
So now that you have the degree at hand, what's the game plan? What are you like planning on doing? Or you're just gonna let life guide you?
Oh, God guide you.
Yeah.
For
Go
me
with the flow.
personally, this year, I feel like I've been mentally exhausted. I don't want to. Okay, there's work and all that, but of course, I want to be mindful of what I do. I'll choose a career way I'm at least flexible for this year. I don't want a career that will put so much pressure on me again. I have to heal from this. And just heal. Of course, there's no rest and all that. But I just feel like I need this moment, like especially this year. I feel like it's my year to recover, to just readjust and refocus because I swear it was not easy.
It was tough.
Until to this day, when I look at that mechatronics lab, I'm reminded of the trauma. Those 3 nights I spent there with no sleep, no food, no nothing. So I just want to heal from all this. And then next year, of course, I'm also applying for other opportunities.
Yes.
But that will resume from next year. This year, I need to just
Recover.
breathe, like, yeah.
No, I'm glad that at least this year, my way forward. For now, I'm fine because I have a job that I'm fine with. Yeah, at least I'm fine with. But definitely in years to come, I'll be on the lookout for greener pasture. Yeah, because I don't see myself in the north in the next 2 years.
You guys want to go?
Yeah.
Wait,
You
like
want to
the
go
coast,
big?
Windhoek, other countries.
Not
No.
Windhoek for me.
I prefer window.
No.
Why not window?
Windhoek is a fast life, man.
It's too fast.
the thing
Already
about-
she's experienced things at main campus with Windhoek.
No,
yeah.
I've been in Windhoek from grade 8. Like, I don't. Okay, first of all, life is so expensive in there. For you to live a good life, you have to live in the city where there's no traffic. The traffic is insane. You have to be in the queue for the whole hour. Some of us live in Deep Tura. For you to get transport, you have to fight for those
Minibuses.
Because they end up on a typical end of the month.
Yo.
You'll be shocked, like people
Wake up
are
2 hours
pushing
early.
each other and it's crazy. I feel like that is wasting so much time. If I'm to work in a town like say Ogudiva where there's no traffic, I'm tired from work, I go straight home without dealing with the traffic. It will frustrate you. You go home, you are tired, you are frustrated, you are not doing anything, you will not be productive, and it's like a rotation, Monday to Friday. Before you know it, the weekend, only 2 days, it's like just a day, it's over.
Then you
It's
have to go
just
through that
too
process
much.
again. Yeah.
But in the north, you go to Shakati, you can even just take 10 minutes, you're already back. The environment is so relaxing, it's so chilled. I know some people say it's too comfortable, but who wants to live an uncomfortable life forever?
In Sweden,
No.
it wants to go to Windhoek time.
Yeah. Optionally,
now.
probably Swakopmund.
Yes,
If I get a
Swakop,
chance,
they
but
were talking. Yeah.
the cold though. That's the reason why I left last year. Because of the cold.
Ah,
They
but
said
it's
that Ireland
not
was
that
too
bad.
much.
You'll adapt.
I know, I tried adapting. Perhaps okay, today will be better. I tried getting used to the cold. Everything's just cold.
You have your
Miss, you can't even
gown.
see
Yes.
You have your
Oh,
graduation
now I have a gown.
Yeah, you have a gown, so it's different. You can go back. You're
Yeah, so I
ready.
should.
You have
This time
your
you're
Yeah. But I actually prefer in window because that is where every opportunity is.
There's so many opportunities.
There's so many
The city.
opportunities.
So
Yeah.
true.
And there's no growth in the north. I believe I'm just here because of school. I was just here because of school.
There's growth.
Yeah.
I will agree to disagree, but there's growth.
In the north.
Yes, there is.
Such as?
Yeah.
I won't mention names, but I've seen some people that are doing wonders while in the north. Yeah, you just not see it, but they are growing. Growth is a choice,
Yeah,
guys.
okay,
You can
perhaps,
be in Windhoek and you're not growing.
Yes.
okay, perhaps I
not
won't
where you live.
see if I'm growing or not, but I just think everything is just, it has been the same.
You won't see
Probably.
it. Yeah.
But you guys will see it most. You say this is a change.
Let's not go there.
Alright.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you know, it is a very tough journey. I know, like obviously, I'm doing my second year now, and already I'm feeling the pressure of exams are approaching, and you guys have been feeling it for 5 years now. So I know that you have something. What is that something that you're going to advise? What are you going to tell those listening, those aspiring engineering students that are listening to you? What are you going to advise them with your experience that you've had?
I would say, always do the right thing. If you want to make it out of this campus, do the right thing. Be committed to what is right. And you know, there has to be an academic affair. And at least you should be able to manage your life. We know you have a personal life, you have an academic life, and you as well need to attend to your personal life. But the moment you devote yourself to one life, which is basically the personal life, and neglecting your academic life, just believe me, you will not walk out of this campus. You will not walk out of this campus. When I passed by E1 to 5, I got a flashback of Dr. Wanje's voice echoing that I'm in charge. We have the module called control engineering. It's going to control your life. Yeah. So the only way you'll get it out of this campus is if you commit yourself to this life. Yeah. Basically what's like Dr. Muteshe.
Okay.
That's right. Yes.
So do what is right.
Do what is
Commit
right.
yourself and know how to balance.
Balance your life. Very important. Some of us, we never had a life in this campus.
It was just academics.
It was just, okay, not necessarily academic, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There was no something external that will distract me from my academics.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I would say, okay, start on time. Like, when it comes to academics, some people wait. Okay, a lot of us were exhausted because we are till last minute. When there's an exam, is the time you want to sunrise and all that. But if you start on time, it will save you from that pressure of panicking, that exhaustion. Instead of you sunrising that whole night, at least you are getting enough sleep. Of course, you will study. There's no way you will sleep for the whole night to an exam, but at least you not have to cram the whole chapter or 3-4 chapters. So start on time. Choose the right friends. Choose your friends wisely.
Yeah.
Make sure you have those the friends you hang around with. Are they going to support you when things don't work? Like, there's this quote that says you become who you stay with, right? Or whatever it is that
Show
is.
me your friends
So
and tell you who you are.
Exactly. So be mindful of who you hang around with, and also know where you come from. You come to this campus. There's so many people with different backgrounds. You know where you come from. You know your parents are depending. You know you are the only person that needs to make this change. And then you come here. You want to gamble because my friend is doing this. My friend missed a class, or my friend did not write this test. Let me also skip this test.
Yeah.
Always know why you started. You were sent here for a reason. First of all, nobody really asked you to come do engineering. You knew very well engineering is hard. Make all the necessary sacrifices. Don't just, it's not going to be a walk in the park. And no one, this thing of, no, I'm just naturally smart and all that, it's a lie. We all work hard. We all at some point we had to sacrifice our time, of course, sleep. So just know why you came here and never forget where you come from. And also don't be afraid to be different. There's this quote I love, like don't run with chickens when you know you can soar like an eagle.
Okay. That's
Yes. Okay. There's no need for you to run with chickens. You know I'm an eagle, I can fly this high. Don't limit yourself. Don't let anybody tell you cannot do this. And also don't limit yourself to engineering. If you know you are good at other things, explore them, because I can guarantee you after engineering, sometimes things don't work accordingly. At least you can use those other skills to survive. So don't just be an academics person. If you know you are good at business, People used to say I love money in my class, but I don't regret that because at least now I've learned how to survive on my own. I can do my business. Imagine had I not mastered the art of business, it was just a typical net. I'll be suffering here. So yeah, just don't limit yourself. Do whatever it is. And also study smart. Don't be the study center from morning to night thinking you're going to pass. That's not it. Study smart. You being in the study center every day, I can give you an example of people that have been there and they are still repeating modules.
She's a net, but she doesn't just have specs.
I'm not a net. No.
If you ever saw something on the group like geek, okay.
How can I be a net and I'm doing business? It doesn't go along.
You just know your way.
No,
you just know your stuff.
Wait, let me tell you something. No, I don't agree on my net. Last year, I will leave the study center, I'll go to Metro, buy my stock, come home, cook, rest, come back. I'll find IMS on campus. I left IMS on campus.
And he's come out of the net now.
He's come out of the net.
No, but that doesn't mean we're busy studying. Yeah.
That's why I said you being in the study center 24/7 does not guarantee you passing.
Yeah. Last year I had office, but at the same time itself is a better one. I will lock myself
And sleep.
Yeah. So yeah, the tips, they must not don't overstudy yourself. You must know yourself. There are some people that are productive in a group. Some people are productive on their alone.
Yeah.
Figure yourself what works best for you. What works best for IMS will not work for me. So there's no need for me to come to campus because I saw IMS going to study.
Yeah.
I will not be productive. So just learn yourself and study smart instead of working so hard.
But yeah, as well on that, I would say during my exam times, I don't study around people. I don't like unnecessary pressure.
Same.
Yeah.
Your
If you know that you are not that type of person, study where you know that you will cope.
Yeah.
Because this thing of you studying with your friend, because she's my friend, we are going to study together. She said chapter 7 and chapter 3.
Now you're trying to rush.
Now you are trying to rush.
You don't even understand
You don't even
You
understand.
just want to say, okay, I'm on the same, we're on the same page.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I never study on campus during exam. I hate unnecessary pressure, even though I work on under pressure. I like pressure, so
But not the type of pressure.
no, not that type of pressure. That's why in this campus I joined leadership on 2 occasions, as well as I was a student assistant on 2 occasions. And I knew I would manage. Yeah. So it's just the thing of you knowing your way out. Yeah. You can't join something that you know that you are going to lack on the other side.
It's going to distract you.
It's
all about balance.
It's all about balancing. Then yes, of course, what she said, sacrifices.
Yeah.
You should know how to sacrifice. As I said, you only eat 1 meal a day. You
Just
sacrifice
one.
breakfast, you sacrifice lunch.
But
You're on a diet. UNAM is your diet. At the same time, it's your gym. Oh, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the stairs and
All
stuff.
in one.
Not necessarily the stairs. No. It just, what's the point of going to the gym? Sometimes you guys go to the gym to lose weight. UNAM alone. UNAM alone.
The more you choose your gym, you'll
Yeah,
be
they want you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go to the gym, you're just going to overdo yourself then.
yeah. Okay, one important thing that I've also mastered over the years is a to-do list. Very key. Always
Schedule.
a schedule. Plan your things. Don't be here juggling. Oh, I missed the what. I'm supposed to do this, that. It will crave you at your point. You will not be productive. So in most cases, when you write down things, okay, I would say 90% you are likely to achieve all of them. So you have a plan for the day. I'm going to do this. It doesn't have to be a proper a plan or what. You can have a notebook. This one, the notebook you buy itself. Just write your things down. Yeah, that gives you order, and it has helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Because I was like, he said he joined student assistant. I was also a student assistant for 2 modules. I had signal and circuit analysis too. I was also having gig on the side. Yeah, so other business hassles, which I'll not mention. But yeah, so balancing that really helped. I will have a list. This is what I'm required to do in this day. This is how I should do it, and it really makes work so easy.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Yeah.
a schedule makes you also know your progress now.
Exactly.
And that is important so that you can know what you should achieve next.
Exactly.
That is it. You have heard it from our graduates. We have come to the ending of our very beautiful podcast, and we have loved to have you guys. You guys were so talkative. I really love it. I love the energy that you guys are bringing. But we will see them hopefully again, sometime else. You guys,
Definitely.
yeah. Maybe in upcoming years, you guys can come back for another episode. We would love to have you. I know you guys would also love to have them here.
Definitely.
Yeah. But we're coming to an end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also follow our YouTube channel and our TikTok channel and also our Instagram channel. We will be listing it somewhere on the screen here above. So thank you. We'll see you next time.